by the time you get as far out as Honor Harrington's time, I like to say that the question of gender equality will have all the burning significance to them that Pharaoh's policy towards the Hittites has to us, because it's a done deal. Okay? And in some ways, I suppose that's the strongest thing you can say, that it's such a done deal that when characters in the book run into somebody like Grayson, where the gender roles are much more strictly defined, they go, "What?" That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of, So I don't know, and I do think that where the Graysons were concerned, okay, I played fair with why they're the way they are.
How did you come up with that concept?
What, the Graysons?
Uh-huh.
At this remove, I don't really remember what launched me down that particular rabbit hole. But I wanted to incorporate by the time I got there, I wanted to incorporate a foil for the galactic template where gender equality was concerned. Okay, so the galactic template is the Manticoran one. Okay, that's the Solarian League, the Havenites, the Andermani. That's kind of where they all are to a greater or a lesser extent. But that's what they all sign on to. Okay. And I needed an explanation for why there would be somebody who didn't, other than men are evil. And so I created Grayson. And for the first half of that book, almost everybody hates the Graysons. Okay, they're this misogynistic, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the turning point really comes with the conversation between Bernard Yanikoff and Courvoisier, because that's the first time somebody from Grayson really kind of bears his soul about where they are and what they're doing. And then you have certainly got people who are trying to turn the clock back, who are trying to prevent this from happening. But the vast majority of Graysons and the church on Grayson embrace the notion that we have to change, and they're pushing forward to change. And people realize at that point that this is a positive society, not a negative society. And so I can do a lot of the template of the okay, we're breaking gender barriers in one society here, while maintaining it's a done deal for the folks who haven't been isolated for so long under such special circumstances as they were on Grayson. And I think that there are positive implications in what's going on Grayson for both present day men who want to regard women as their equals in every way. Okay. Seeing, okay, this is me trying to be positive about moving forward and learning new things and figuring out how to do this better for them. And for a lot of women, there is the sense that there actually are men out there who would like to do better. Do you follow what I'm saying? And again, I didn't set out to preach any particular message there. I wanted that foil. And the deeper I got into it, the more it kind of turned into that, if you see what I'm saying. Most people who write, I think, are exploring themselves as much as whatever literary universe they're writing. And there have been things that I have discovered about myself because of the stories I've written, if you see what I'm saying. And probably there are things that my readers have discovered about themselves because of the stories that I'm writing and how they interpret what's going on in them. The purpose of my writing is not to be polemical, but every writer's universes, the backstory, the texture is just permeated by that writer's worldview. Okay, you can't help it. Now, you may deliberately set out to write against your worldview. But even there, because you're writing against your worldview and you're doing it deliberately, it's still shaped by your worldview. Okay, it's like just as the good guys in my books are primarily all responsibility takers. Okay, the bad guys are the ones who don't take responsibility, or who don't see any reason why they should take responsibility, or who put their personal desires and wants above their responsibility. And that goes all the way from Pavel Young through Oscar Saint-Just to, it's like, okay, what I need to do is, it doesn't matter what I do to get there, okay, kind of thing. Just totally amoral in that respect. To Clinton in the Safehold books. I mean, you know, that's who they are. And I think that most acts of villainy stem from a combination of selfishness and a lack of empathy, an inability to regard the people who you are using and abusing as quite real. Okay, they aren't real. They don't matter compared to what your goals, your objectives are. There's some of that in all of us, but most of us, the good folks, who I think substantially outnumber the bad folks, okay, the good folks, by and large, subordinate the I need to accomplish my goals to the, and I will destroy 17,000 people in getting there, okay? And Oscar Saint-Just or Jasper Clinton didn't. They were willing to kill however many people it took to get what they wanted.